Well, it is Valentine's Day, and on this day of love, might be a time for a relationship health check. Joining us with more, Dr. Kupfner, psychiatrist with Peninsula Outpatient Centers. Really appreciate you being with us today, and a lot of people are celebrating their love, but you say it's a good opportunity to do a relationship checkup. What do you mean by a checkup?
Well, you've always got to stop and analyze where you are in a relationship. Time goes by, relationships change slowly, and you may not see it coming. So people that have been married 10 years can suddenly come in and say, I don't know the person in bed next to me, but that did not happen overnight. It's just like your kids as they grow. Like, you don't notice them growing until you look at pictures from 2 years ago. You got to continually learn your partner as time goes on.
Because it's easy to fall into that routine, and just kind of go through the motions. Well, let's talk about, of course, all relationships. You're going to fight from time to time. What's healthy and what's not healthy?
Okay, well, conflict resolution is a sign of if you have a healthy relationship or not. We all are going to have conflict. We're going to have conflict over money, schedules, time, attention. How do you resolve that with each other? Are you able to not be defensive when you have those discussions? Can you sit down, have a discussion, and problem solve together? Or are you both assuming different things are coming out of the words? Are you using words that don't match what you really mean? Are you telling somebody, yeah, it's okay to go out with your friends tonight, and then laying in bed and stewing when they come home and confronting them when you said they could go? It just creates a defensive war zone in the home.
Okay. You were talking a little bit earlier in our commercial break about power relationships. Talk about that more.
Well, the romantic relationship is pretty much the only one I can come up with in life that isn't supposed to be a power relationship. You're of equal age, you should be of equal status, and you're sort of trying to work through life as a partnership. Every other relationship we're engaged in is a power relationship. So when you were a child, you had a parent that had power over you. If you have children, you're in a power relationship with them. In the workforce, even if you work for yourself, there's always some bigger fish out there, so there's a power relationship. So you're immersed in power relationships in life, and you're supposed to come home and then join a partnership. If you can't make that transition, that's when we get into a lot of the problems in relationships.
And you see some red flags. Let's talk about some of those red flags.
Well, the red flags involve when one partner is being controlling or engaging in a power relationship. So they can do that through manipulations with money, physical violence, emotional abuse, any of the passive-aggressive behaviors, just ways to try and control the other partner directly or indirectly.
How do you get help as a couple?
Well, there are a lot of licensed marriage therapists in our area that are great. So it doesn't hurt to go get some marriage therapy or couples therapy. If you're to a point where you're in the home and you're so defensive that you can't have a conversation without assuming somebody's attacking you, or your partner assuming they're being attacked, then you're in trouble. If your partner says, hey, can you get me a glass of milk from the refrigerator, and your answer isn't, sure, I'll take care of that. If your answer is more like, oh, I know you're bringing that up because you're pointing out that you went shopping the last 3 times and I didn't go shopping, then you're in trouble, and people do get into those ruts.
So counseling, marriage counseling, I think that's great for even healthy relationships, as you said, just to take some time to assess where you are. Just some resources out there, too, that can help folks other than counseling?
Well,
or just things that couples can do?
People use the church, they use friends, they use neighbors. I mean, they call their parents. They talk to. I mean, parents can be, if you grew up with a healthy model in parenting. I mean, people call their parents and they talk to their mom, they talk to their dad, who are obviously in similar situations throughout the course of their relationship, and they can tell you the mistakes they made. And, and the people that know you best are the ones that can tell you when you're the one that's being a little crazy. So it's good to bounce things off your friends when you're having trouble in your relationship.
And probably most importantly, talk to your spouse.
Yes.
Your partner. All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate your advice and expertise on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,